Hey folks, Orf here, kicking off a full body workout on my journey from 25 to 30% body fat to lean and fit. So I started this workout at 10:30 p.m. and I powered through till like 1:08 in the morning. No excuses like it's too late, do it tomorrow. And I improvised with what I had. A living room ottoman instead of a bench, limited dumbbells since my orders got delayed. So like don't wait for perfect gear. Start now, push-ups, jumping jacks, like whatever you got. So today we're hitting chest, back, shoulders, biceps, triceps, quads, hamstrings, and calves, like full body. I'm gonna target 15 to 20 reps per set, but you gotta listen to your body. Like not everybody starts at the same place, you know. You might need to take it slower and maybe you feel like you can go quicker, but don't overdo it. Stay hydrated and don't push to injury. That sets you back big time. First up, dumbbell chest press on the makeshift bench. Targets your chest muscles, especially the middle part, plus the back of your upper arms, the triceps, and the front of your shoulders. So lay back, feet planted firm, grab the dumbbells. I used 35 since that's what I had, and press straight up. Squeeze your chest at the top and then lower them back down, controlled, don't just drop. Keep elbows flared, but not too wide. Your body steady, no arching off the bench. And don't lock your elbows out at the top, keep some tension on. I did 3 sets, 35 pounds and 15 reps on each set. So it felt solid, but next time I'll aim for a little bit heavier weight. If you got no dumbbells, swap for push-ups. Same focus on your chest, and if you need to, you can do them on your knees. If you got access to a gym, you can go for a bench press or a machine for heavier loads. All right, next up, dumbbell one arm row for that strong back. Hits the muscles between your shoulder blades. So knee and hand on the bench, opposite foot planted firmly on the floor. Let the dumbbell hang for a good stretch, then pull up and back to your hip. Keep your elbow close, squeeze your upper back and keep the back slightly arched with your torso parallel to the floor. Always put your chin up. And for this one, I did 3 sets. The first was 35 pounders, 20 on each arm. And then for the second set, I bumped it up to 40 pounders, 15 each. And then back down to 35 pounders for 20 each. So you got no weights, try Superman. Lay face down on the floor. Lift your arms and legs like you're flying, and it targets similar back muscles. You got access to a gym, you use a cable row machine or maybe bent over barbell rows. Shoulders time, dumbbell shoulder press, building those front shoulder muscles with help from upper back and the triceps. So sit tall, dumbbells at shoulder level, palms forward, and you're gonna press up and bring it together at the top so it kind of makes like an inverted V. So squeeze your shoulders and then lower back down slow. No arcing out, it'll help save your joints. I did 3 sets using 15 pounds each time. The first set I did 15, and then the second set I could only get 8. I went to failure. And third set I'd only get 5. So 15 pounds, weights were light, but I maxed out. And the pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. No gear, you can do pike push-ups with your hands on your floor, your butt up, lower your head between your arms, and this really hits the shoulders hard. Access to a gym, you can use an overhead press machine or a barbell military type press. All right, the standing dumbbell curl, hit those biceps. The upper arm muscles, the front side. So feet shoulder width apart, elbows tucked into the sides, and curl up and squeeze at the top, keeping the wrist straight, like no swinging. I did 3 sets, 15 pounds each set. The first set, I got 19 reps, second set, 15, and the third set, 14 reps. So again, limited options. I may have done something besides 15, but I didn't have 20s or 25s at the time. So if you don't have access to dumbbells, you can do like an isometric exercise where you're like pressing your palms together and then like kind of doing a curl with one arm and pushing against it with the other. And if you got access to a gym, you can use like a preacher curl machine. All right, for the triceps, we got the cable press down. Targets the back side of your upper arms, especially the outer and middle parts. So grab onto the handles with your feet apart and your core tight. Keep your elbows at 90 degrees and press down straight, squeezing the triceps. And don't flare the elbows or lean. And I did 3 sets, 20 pounds for the first set. I got 20 reps. Second set, I bumped it up to 30 and I took it to failure at 12. So I dropped it back down to 20 pounds for the third set and I got 18. So an alternative is, if you got dumbbells, you can do the skull crushers, where you lay on your back and extend, or your upper arm is basically pointed straight up and you lower your forearm behind your head holding the dumbbell and then raise it up. All right, same day leg day. We got the dumbbell squats. So these really hammer your quads, like the front of your thighs and your glutes, your butt muscle, and the hamstrings, like the back of your thighs, also assist. So hold the dumbbells at your sides with the arms hanging straight down, feet shoulder width apart with the toes pointed off to the sides just slightly, and lower until your thighs are parallel with the ground. You keep your core rigid with your heels down. And I did 3 sets, 15 pounds each set, and each time I got 20 reps. So it wasn't a lot of weight, but my knees weren't feeling too good about it, so I kept it light. And remember, keep your knees tracking over your toes so your knees don't experience any unnecessary pain. So no weight, you could just do the same exercise with just your body weight. Same form, and if you want, you can add jumps for extra intensity. If you got access to a gym or more equipment, you can do the barbell back squats or use a leg press machine. All right, next we're gonna focus on the hamstring with the standing cable leg curls. So this gets the back of the thighs. So attach the cable to your ankle and stand tall. Curl your heel up to your butt and squeeze those hamstrings. Keep the hip stable, and I did 3 sets, 30 pounds for the first set, 20 reps each leg. Second set, I bumped it up to 40 pounds. I did 20 for each leg. I kept it at 40 and did 20 for each leg. So these ones felt really good. It was, I almost wanted to give up on the last 5 for each leg, but I just powered through it. So if you don't have a cable machine, but you have dumbbells, you can get a belt and just tie the belt to your foot. Just be careful, because it's not the safest thing. You might drop it, you might hurt something. There's also a product, was it Monkey Feet? It's basically a clamp that clamps onto your ankle and the dumbbell, and that's probably a little bit safer, but that's like $80, I think. Is it worth it? It's probably worth it for safety, but I feel like maybe it's better to save up the money and then get a cheap cable machine down the road when you got a little bit of extra money. So alternatives, you can do donkey kicks. where you get down on all fours and you kick one leg back straight, and that targets the hamstrings. If you got a gym, then you probably have access to a seated or lying leg curl machine. So we'll finish the legs strong with the dumbbell standing calf raise. So these build the lower leg muscles, the calves, and plus you're gonna build your grip from holding the weights. And it's really not an ideal exercise because, especially as you pile on the weight, your grip is gonna fail way before your legs do. So you're gonna stand with the balls of your feet on the edge of a platform or a piece of wood with your heels down for that stretch, and then raise up high on the toes and squeezing those calves. So turn the toes in and out for variety. And I did 3 sets, 35 pounds for the first set. I got 20 reps. And then the second set, again, 35 pounds, I got 20 reps. And I decided to bump it up to 50 pounds for the third set. And I got 20 on those two, and I could feel the burn on that one. That was pretty good. So if you don't have any dumbbells or any other weights, then you can just do the same exercise just using your body weight. It's the same motion, and you can do that anywhere. If you're at the gym, you can do seated calf machines, your Smith machine raises. Like, there's all kinds of options at the gym. Finishing up with the core, we got just body weight crunches. It hits the upper abs, that 6-pack area. So lie back, knees bent, feet flat, hands across chest. Keep lower back pressed down. Curl up, shoulders towards knees, squeeze the abs hard, and lower without fully relaxing. So no pulling your neck. 3 sets I did, 20 reps each. I didn't add weight this time. It was enough just with the body weight. But if it does feel too easy, add a dumbbell on the chest later. And already no equipment needed, but an alternative is you can do some planks. So just hold it in the forearm position, engaging that core. If you've got access to a gym, and you can use an ab crunch machine to add resistance. Ooh, 2 hours and 38 minutes. Done. So just keep in mind, you know, your session, maybe it'll take 2.5, 2 hours and 45 with rest, maybe even longer if you're new. Just pace yourself and stay consistent. No excuses. But subscribe, like, and join my journey. And I got a motivation tip video that I'm working on, so keep an eye out for that, and let's get stronger together.